It's 11:11. This is your host,
Jedi and Anna.
Anna.
So, why did the GOP betray the American people with this horrible continuing resolution to open the government? Like, how are they being traitors to the American people?
Why did they open the government?
Well, that's a whole different topic in and of itself. I would be better off if they left it shut down, but such is life. You know, they could have just done the best way for them to do it is single individual bills. So you do a bill for food stamps, standalone, that's it. You do a bill for military, standalone, that's it.
I mean, it's a touchy topic for me. Me being working myself, I work for the government, and I always kind of like, it's a touchy.
She worked for the evil criminals, but we saved her and got her out.
No, I actually work for the court system.
Exactly. Criminals on public salary. The justice system destroys more lives than it helps, or not. Like, they let the real bad criminals, the murderers, and that get back out, especially in blue cities. And then they harass people over little things like pot and, you know, just enjoying their lives. Jaywalking and other stupid things that should not be laws anyways. That are all unconstitutional if you actually understand it, but that's neither here nor there.
That's here nor there. We have other topics to discuss. We almost ran aground.
Not almost. We were aground. We were dredging.
And I said, let's not do the same thing that we did in Erie Canal. No dredging. We're not dredging boats.
No, not trying to, but, you know, up here past Georgetown, as you go from the big river into the smaller inlet for the ICW, of course, there's shoaling all across, and it's almost blocking the whole, you know, you can see your brown running around, and you've got to pray it's soft enough mud, and you don't hit no rocks as you go through. We get down to 3.3. Here you go. See you in Key West for the Freedom Flotilla Fest! So we're going slower so you can hear it right now.
Yes, we are really going slow.
And it's a Beneteau 423, beautiful little boat named Ripple.
Oh, Ripple! Anyway, and another topic that we wanted to discuss is the bill that failed. Hemp.
Well, no, it didn't fail. Here's what they did. Here's how they betrayed the American people. Due to their constituents and the big money from the big alcohol companies that don't want the competition. Because you have all this Delta THC gummies and other things for pain and everything else. So alcohol sales have been going.
I don't like. I mean, I like drinking alcohol, like one glass
Occasionally
with my dinner, but I don't like how.
and that's the majority of Americans. And that was part of the hemp bill. Like, hemp was actually used for food for livestock and everything else. That's a big part of why people's health has declined so much, because we don't have the CBD and the THC for the cannabinoid system that's actually in your body. Go look into science. You'll see how right.
It's not only that; it's also used for clothing,
and rope and plastics.
Medicine, for plastics and rope and so many different. And it needs more oxygen, right, into the atmosphere
per acre than trees.
Yes.
So that part's not going away. Here's the part that's going away. They tried to close the 2018 Farm Bill loophole. So now all these CBD and THC gummies derived from hemp that you see in your convenience stores, everything all across the country, are now illegal. They just destroyed a $25 billion a year industry. Yeah, that's what the motherfucking traitors of the GOP just pushed through. And they only did a 2-month continuing resolution for pretty much everything but food stamps. So they were at least smart enough to not let the evil Democrats use food and trying to starve people for the next budget issue. But now, instead of it like the clean Senate bill that funded the defense and most of the government for a year and passing a normal budget bill as they're required to by law, which they haven't done since Obama's time. It's actually technically before Obama. It's when Obama got in there that's neither here nor there. That traitor will be in jail soon enough, fingers crossed, along with the evil Clintons. So the farm bill, they're trying to close these loopholes so people can increase their alcohol sales to the constituents, and they only opened it for the government for 2 months. So pretty soon, come around end of January, beginning of February, the government's going to shut down again because they didn't do their job right this time, and just leave it closed for an extra couple of weeks so we could fire 750,000 useless government employees that are just dead weight on the economy and put them back into the private sector, because you can't have 20-30% of your workforce be public servants and the other 70% pay for it. The math doesn't match. So, sorry, I get riled up on these topics because I'm a math kid.
And I feel guilty. I should let the guilt go because I used to work for the government. And for me, I mean, I still have friends and people who work in the government. And it's like, I feel you, what you're saying. And I know my job, personally, I don't think
worthless and ruining lives.
I don't think I was making any difference.
Well, just
because
what were you? So they know.
A probation officer in the county court. But what I'm saying is that I do believe that when people commit a crime, so they do something against another human being to harm them, or
theft, murder, things like that.
Yes, I believe it all starts with the soul. So the soul is sick. And I understand that we need the law enforcement to make sure that those offenders do not harm others. But at the same time, I believe in revolution and healing of the soul. And this is why my stance is to heal the soul.
Well, you stop having so many
because it's
single moms with like 5 different baby dads and no parents raising the kids. You have to start from the time they're born, raise them right, and after 2 to 3 generations, we can fix all this.
And the morals are missing. And
that's because you have single moms raising them without dads in the home.
Yes, and there's also, we could say it's an environment. We can blame on so many different factors and things, but in reality, I believe that's why we unite in the New Atlanteans, is that I believe in the evolution of the soul. We came here as human souls to evolve, to explore, to co-create. And yes, we have people who are on the bottom and, they committed a murder, a rape, or, they deal drugs or whatever. And it's just...
Come on, you're going off on left field.
I know.
You're completely distracting from the real topic.
Completely distracted from the real topic, and I went somewhere else because I started talking about. I guess. I don't believe that all of the government have to go away. I do believe there are essential services like fire department, like Coast Guard. Like
the military to defend our borders from China and stuff like that.
Yes, but I also believe that we as human beings need to step up and be more responsible. Be a responsible parent, be a responsible, take full responsibility for our actions. If all of us learn to do that, then we don't need all of those government agencies. That is actually technically a burden on us because of the taxes and all of the other fees. And, yeah, it's very complex. But anyway, what was the topic?
The GOP failing the American people. So instead of passing the clean Senate CR they had before, they let another one go through that brought a few of the Democrats that are not up for re-election at this time in the midterms to come across the aisle to make it seem like they're doing the right thing. And it was really just helping the alcohol companies squash down their competition through lawfare which is completely unethical. You have to get the government out of your business, out of your bedroom, and out of your wallet. That's where, with the new Atlantis, that's why we're doing the Freedom Flotilla Festival, to show you all a better way. Hey, so we can have fun and play. Like, you can't have, like, okay, for the healthcare system, that didn't even get put in, and we honestly need to do away with the Affordable Care Act. It was a stupid thing to begin with. The only good thing in all of the Affordable Care Act was the pre-existing conditions part, where insurance companies just couldn't kick you off or deny you insurance because you had diabetes, cancer, or something like that. But the vast majority of this is self-caused. We can fix and drop the cost of Medicare and Medicaid by 80% just by fixing our food system and removing all the chemicals that are banned in the rest of the world but are allowed in the U.S. food supply.
Yes.
And that is predominantly going to the SNAP benefit people, making them even more of a burden on society. Like, when SNAP benefits turn back on, there are all kinds of videos about Walmart deliveries and things like that. The number one items people were ordering was chips and soda, sugary, salty drinks and food that is loaded with chemicals to trick your taste buds into that it's good. We need to remove these things from the diet, all these poisons, the monosodium glutamate, the food dyes, the Roundup needs banned worldwide, because that's why so many people like myself can't eat wheat anymore. Because, and the celiac people, it has nothing to do with the original heritage wheat and everything to do with the glucosidase, aka Roundup, put into the food. So if we remove the fluoride from the water and the toxins from the food, the vast majority of people will get in better shape, lose weight, be healthier, and it's just better for everybody overall, because they're intentionally dumbing you down so you don't understand what's going on and you just be a nice little puppet marionette listening to your sports and circus and all this other stupid stuff. And the media telling you what to do using the DARPA MK Ultra. I know we got off on tangents. The hemp bill is near and dear to my heart, because that was the best thing Trump did in his first term. And he just betrayed the American people by signing that into law. And I know that's hard, might seem harsh to people that don't understand economics, don't understand the Constitution and things like that, but it's the way it is. They have shown the GOP has failed. You got the George Soros groups and all them trying to push the MAGA's head, and they're playing right into it by doing things like getting rid of the hemp farm bill loophole for the THC and just showing the people they don't care about them. All they care about is who's paying them under the table. Scary thought, right? So outside of that, government's back open. We'll see what happens the next couple of months, and it'll shut back down again end of January, beginning of February. Maybe it'll shut down on my birthday, January 26th, as we get, aliens happening. Who knows? It's getting to be a weird, crazy world out there. But we want to hear from you. What are some topics you'd like to hear from us? This is the big one. Government's back open again. And that doesn't happen every day, so I jumped on that one. We need fun topics. What we'd like to hear about.
Yeah, like
whether it's topics. Things that can help go viral and get more spread out there. We need things that sound clickbaity but actually have depth. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on what some topics you'd like to hear the next month or so.
Yes.
Or month and a week, as we are heading down to Key West for the Freedom Flotilla Festival. This is Jedi and Anna signing off.
Peace.